Hi there! Welcome to Step-by-Step Pan Flute Lessons with me, Stefan Stanciu. Let me introduce myself to you. I'm a Finnish pan flute player, well actually half Finnish and half Romanian. And pan flute is Romanian national instrument. I've lived all my life in Finland and my father Stefan Stanciu taught me the pan flute. My first lessons with my father was when I was 7 years old. So now I have been played for more than 30 years of this bamboo instrument. As a child, I took also some lessons from my father's cousin, Stefan Stanciu, who is quite renowned pan flutist, especially in the classical music genre. And so is classical music also my main style. In addition to that, I play also ethno, world music, even Romanian folk music, and also schlagers, pop music, and electronic music. As a teenager, I also played the flute and the oboe in the music institution. From there, I continued with oboe and pan flute to Helsinki Metropolitan University of Applied Sciences and to Sibelius Academy. And then also I graduated from Jyväskylä University, where my main subject were musicology, and I researched pan flute. We could say that my strengths in playing the pan flute are in classical music, electronic music, world music and pop music. But I think that especially the classical music is my strongest, because I have also graduated with oboe, and that's really classical music instrument. With oboe I have learned different eras of classical music and learned how to play them and also to adapt to pan flute. And I also have learned a lot from my different teachers, like flute teachers, oboe teachers and chamber music teachers, and they have taught me how to play with pan flute classical music so that it would sound as good as possible. So why are we here now? I have been for more than 15 years a graduated pan flute pedagogue, and I think that now is the time to do these kind of videos. And many people have asked me to do, so now we're doing. Welcome to lesson 0. 0 because it's more like introduction. Something about pan flute, something about me, and something what's coming up. First, there will be about a dozen of lessons in which I show you the features of pan flute and then some exercises and how to play. I will be using a lot of my book, step-by-step guide. If you would like to purchase it, I will put the link to the info box. But of course, it's not necessary for these lessons. But I think that it's a great tool for exercising. The book has more than 100 pages and is suitable from beginners to professional level of all ages. In addition, there's also chords in every duet, exercise, in every piece of that book. So you could ask somebody to accompany you, the more the merrier. I will be mainly speaking English in these lessons, so for instance the Finnish audience, please check your YouTube video settings and enjoy the Finnish subtitles. And hopefully in the near future we also manage to have other languages. So let's finally talk about pan flute. In my hands there are two, probably the most popular ones, alto pan flute and the bass pan flute. There's also a third one very popular which is in between these two sizes, and that's called tenor pan flute. Pan flutes can be made in many different materials. These are the most common, bamboo, but there also can be other woods, metals or even plastic. Pan flute is a chromatic instrument, which means that we can play every tone that we have in Western music. And actually we could play pretty much whatever in between. In the Western music we have 12 notes, and when we start from the same note and we end to the same note, that forms an octave. So the 12 notes are here, and this is a chromatic scale. As you could see, I made a lot of tilting, turning the pan flute, and that is how we make the half notes. The pan flute is usually in G major, so when I play all these tubes, they form a G major. So when we tilt, we end up a half tone lower. So this pan flute is in G major. When I play all the tubes, not tilted, they form G major. If I tilt all of them, it forms G flat major. You could also tune in whatever pitch or scale your pan flute. Just tune every tube as you wish. I have always tuned my pan flutes to G major, which is in the same time the traditional scale for pan flutes. And so is also my book. So if you are a beginner, that might be a problem if your pan flute is not in G major. Some people say that pan flute is like piccolo flute that sounds one octave higher. When you read music made for pan flute, you might find two ways of writing. The same note can be in two different octaves. For instance, this G might be written in the higher octave or lower octave. So that really depends on the writer. If you are reading sheet music that is composed, for instance, to flute, then this G would be written in higher octave. When I compose music to pan flute, I always use the lower octave for this G. This was the introduction part. See you in next lesson, or should I say the first lesson. And hey, Stefan, say hi to the audience.
Cheers!
Terve! Aino rock! Yeah? He will be joining us in the lessons, and we will be playing some exercises and duos. Until then.